Hey everybody, from Trojan Vision, I'm Max Johnson, and you're watching Arts and Craft, where we talk about our craft and we do some art. Joining us today is a screenwriter from New York. She is a sophomore at USC, and not only is she a screenwriter, which is what she's studying, she's also an actor. She's also a singer. She's also an activist. Let's give it up for Anya Jimenez. Well, we are on Arts and Crafts. Arts and Craft, singular.
Singular.
Arts and Craft. I gotta look up here.
It's a very clever title.
Arts and Craft.
I like it.
I want to know, what was your earliest memory of doing arts and crafts?
Oh, my first memory of arts and crafts, magnetiles. I don't know if that really counts, but did you ever play with those?
My nephew did.
They're
but
awesome.
That's not even arts and crafts. That's a
Okay.
toy. That's literally just a toy.
So everybody's a hater. Whatever.
Well, I mean, like,
do you want me to give you a different answer? Is that what you're asking
yeah,
me?
I want to hear an actual arts and craft.
Okay, fine.
Like painting, drawing.
Okay, turkey hand. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that, are you
exactly
happy?
what I wanted to hear, and I'm so glad that you were honoring our pioneer ancestry.
Yeah.
Did you use crayons?
Yeah, I would trace my hand, and I was really bad at drawing, and I still am. And so this is gonna be fun. And I would be like, hey, here, Dad, put this on the fridge. And he'd be like, hey, thanks. And he would, so.
It's nice of your dad.
I was very sweet of him, yeah.
Did you think it was a good turkey? Was it fridge worthy?
I didn't. I was like, stupid. I was like,
Even as a child, you were like, this is a stupid turkey, Dad.
yeah, I was very hard on myself.
So as a father, at that point, when your kids are there, stupid turkey, you're like, no, I'll put it on the fridge. Please stop hitting yourself. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. I understand your dad now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unbox it. We got the Mondo Llama today. We're gonna do a little bit of painting as our craft.
Let's go.
And speaking of craft, screenwriting is your craft, right?
Yes. So
Yeah, why don't you rip it off? Yeah, it's a Band-Aid. Rip it out.
Bam. Okay.
Thank you.
So
Slam it louder next time. when
yeah,
you put it down.
for sure. I took a playwriting class when I was 11 at my middle school, and I was like, hey, this is awesome. And so I was mainly a playwright for most of my life, and then I was like, sure, playwriting, screenwriting, it's only one syllable, a couple different.
Because this is when you're living in New York, so
Yes.
you had to speak with a thick New York accent.
Yeah, back when I lived in New York, back in the Big Apple, I've changed a lot. They were like, oh, LA's gonna change it.
LA
No,
changed you.
no, sweetheart, it never changed. And then cut to.
So you were a playwright,
So true.
and did you think of yourself as a playwright?
Yes, I started thinking of myself as a playwright when I was 14, and it was the first time and only time that I came to LA before USC, because I won this like a youth playwriting thing, and they put up my play on Hollywood Boulevard, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I was like, I'm a playwright now, and I started acting very serious.
So as a child, you were writing, but what was inspiring you to write?
I think a big part of it, so my dad's an actor, and not is successful enough to be like in a nepotism way, but he's awesome. And so
Good excuse, good save.
right, I'm like, hey, I worked. But one of the things that I always like noticed about him just as an actor was it was weird to me to know all of these stories of our family of him as this Afro-Latino man in New York, and then only being called in for like janitor, terrorist, criminal. I was like,
A
whoa!
janitor terrorist?
Janitor
That's a show I would watch.
Talk about a multi-hyphenate, okay? So I was like, man, this kind of sucks. So I feel like as a writer, you get some power in the narrative that you don't get as an actor. And I still love acting. I still do it, like, from time to time. But I think really as a writer, I was like, oh, there's a lot of like excavation to be done in the type of stories that we're telling. And that's my Miss America answer, I guess.
Okay, so Anya, as a writer, who would you say your biggest influences are?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Okay.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Do you want to ask me the question again?
No,
Or?
I want to be put in the history books that your influence is Phoebe Waller. Yeah.
Sorry.
So Phoebe Waller.
Yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Fleabag specifically.
Season 2 of Fleabag, I was like, oh, hell yeah. TV's awesome.
Yeah, I watched a really good video essay on it. I was like, I don't have to watch this show now that I've seen this video essay.
That is so untrue.
It was
you
true.
Take that back
It actually is true. I actually don't have to watch it anymore.
You actually have to look at me. You actually can't even do that at all, and you have to watch
It was a really good video essay. They had clips and everything. But anyway, I have actually other questions.
Yes.
Who's your other influence other than Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
I mean, my, like, again, another, like, college essay answer, but, like, in the line of, criminal janitors and multi-hyphenates, I would love to be a multi-hyphenate like Issa Rae, Donald Glover, the kind of person who can, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, write and create and direct and all these things.
Yeah.
That's kind of the end goal for me.
That's really fun. Yeah, I'm sure you could do that. You've got a winning personality. So.
Thanks so much. As do you, Max.
Oh, well, thank you. Speaking of multi-hyphens,
Years.
You're also a singer.
It's true.
When did your singing journey begin?
I started taking voice lessons when I was 7, maybe. So been loud and annoying for a while. I really.
But I guess what shape does your singing take now? Like, do you want to be someone who ever puts out an album, or?
I would love to. I'm forcing my friend to teach me how to guitar. Teaching me how to play guitar. So that's sort of where I'm going right now.
Yeah, for sure. But you'll always be good at singing, and maybe you'll join a choir one day.
Perhaps, yeah.
Get a solo.
Yeah.
That's good. Well then, that's one of your hyphens, and we've talked a little about acting, but the one thing we haven't talked about yet is your activism.
Ooh.
So.
I just made it really scary. I'm not happy.
Well, you know what? Let's show it to the camera. Let's see how serious this butterfly is. This butterfly is thinking about social issues that Anya is going to activize for.
Hell yeah.
So, what got you started with that?
Honestly, when I was 12 years old, the Westboro Baptist Church protested our school.
Yikes!
It was crazy. We were that gay.
What was your school doing? Oh, your school is just gay.
It's a public performing arts school. And they were like, "You guys are so gay, we hate you." And I was 12.
The whole school was gay.
The whole school was gay. And I had just finished watching Glee, so of course I just found out that I liked women. So I was like, "Oh my God, they hate me."
Sentencing you to hell, basically.
Right, and I was 12, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
How'd you push back against this?
Well, so there was this incredible woman named Nicole Johnson who had gone to the school 10 years prior, and so she was involved in some local activist work just on her own volition, but also through the school. And she came to the school shortly after it happened as a way to sort of be like, "Hey, kids, that was scary. Let's process this. Let's talk about homophobia. Let's talk about what happened and what we're feeling and stuff like that." And I ended up, I just really took to it, so I ended up participating through that in leading workshops of, ways that microaggressions were manifesting themselves in schools and all these different things. And through her, I feel like I started as an activist. And then, I don't know, it's not just in air quotes because I'm like, yeah, I'm an activist. No, it's, but, yeah.
Well, speaking of the school that you went to, it was a performing arts school, right?
Yes.
How did that contribute to the development of your craft, all your crafts?
I feel like so much of the way that I approach writing as a screenwriter, as a playwright, comes from being an actor, because it's the thing that is so magical to me about it. I think the way that people speak is just amazing and fascinating.
Really?
And so I love to hear little bits and pieces of conversations and just wonder what the history is between those people is. Yeah. She's good at grammar. She's a screenwriter, you guys.
So you were the former editor-in-chief at Young Lords Collective.
This is so true.
How did you get involved with this collective?
Well, my wonderful high school bestie, Samaya Babal, she was the creator of this. She was the founder, and I was one of the founding members. She had asked me if I wanted to be part of it. It was something that we had started during the pandemic, this idea that she had of kids of color need an opportunity to have networks with each other and take opportunities and create opportunities that aren't otherwise provided to them. So it was something that we wanted to emphasize, these activist groups of the past, while also having this specifically creative angle on it. Obviously, I was not in visual arts, but it was about creating spaces for people of color in New York, under the age of 25 to come together and hold space. And I was the editor-in-chief, so I did a lot of any of the copy or social media or the educational things that we passed out. That was mainly what I worked on. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also heard a rumor that somehow got you involved with the magazine Vogue. Would you mind telling that story to the viewers who are obsessed with Vogue?
This is true.
Which we have several.
Hi viewers who are obsessed with Vogue. So there was this beautiful, beautiful, wonderful series done by Tokala, which featured different activists across the country, specifically focusing on climate change and climate activism. One of the things that we did was filling up community fridges every now and then. So there are these free food fridges around New York. And there are some in LA too. It's just, harder to get around. So we were specifically featured through that. I forget sometimes that I've been in Vogue.
Really, forget. So did it not make a big impact on you emotionally? Like,
no, it totally
I'm in a
did.
magazine. It did, but you forget about it sometimes.
Well, it did, but I think I was very moved by it, but I also wasn't like, yes, like, don't tell me you model if you ain't been in Vogue, because I wasn't like, yes, like, fashion model. Like, that wasn't the purpose of it,
So we're going to go through some really fast speed rounds. I want you to answer these as quickly as you can.
I'll be so fast.
Favorite snack to eat while watching movies?
Pirate's booty.
Pirates, okay.
Yes.
I forgot
Yeah,
that
don't be
wasn't very
dirty.
Justin.
Okay, that's a thing. Cheddar puffs, white cheddar.
What's the TV show you felt you grew up with most?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. I thought you said Spider-Bob, but I'll accept it.
No, I'm just trying to go fast, so I'm like nervous.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away, classic Miyazaki.
So good.
If you could choose one song to be your theme song, what would it be? Faster, faster, faster,
Oh my
faster.
God. The ketchup song.
The ketchup song, okay.
That song is so good.
I don't even, oh wait.
I said a hey.
Yeah,
ha,
duh.
the hey,
Why is it called the ketchup song?
Couldn't tell you. I didn't write it. It's just
Yeah,
my theme song.
okay.
Huh?
And if you could turn into an animal for the rest of your life, what animal would you want to be?
Raccoon. Octopus.
Okay.
Octopus. I want to know what's going on in there.
Okay.
What's
well,
going on there?
We're reaching the end, so let's show off our art as we answer the last question. What's next for Anya Jimenez? What's going on? What's the next steps for you?
I think getting this into a museum, probably. It's sort of what I'm thinking.
It's been lovely having you.
Thanks
You
so
did
much.
some great art. This has
Thank you.
been Arts and Craft. See you next time. This is so great to have you.
This is
Thank you
lovely. What if I leaned with?
Anya, shut up your app.
She's like, shut your mouth and show it off.
Ooh, ah. Like, I don't know what they're saying. Get it, yeah.
Would you rather have a rocket son or a butterfly daughter?
That's
Make
not
a
the sound.
a butterfly seagull.
Butterfly sound. Butterfly sound.
I love mariposas.